What is up, guys? Basically, it's around 11 p.m. or 9 p.m. now. I don't even know anymore. But we have to wake up at 3 a.m. still, and we've gotten like 3 to 4 hours of sleep the last few nights. So we are still going to do it, still stay locked in. And you might be wondering where I'm at. And that's a very good question. But hear me out. Alex and I both came to Koh Samui on a whim, basically just an impulsive decision. And basically, we were looking to stay with our friend who was supposed to come. Hasn't come quite yet, so we were still like not really going to book a villa until we got the confirmation that he was actually coming. And basically, we just stayed near our other friends who were already here. They just don't have enough room, so basically, we just had to find a hotel or something. And it's all right. It's not too bad. It's just like a bed, bathroom, and it's like $20. So this is the peak life experience right now. There's like a pool, breakfast included, so it's not that bad. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna sort out Airbnb. We're just not gonna wait on our friend anymore and basically get that all sorted out. And what I wanted to make this video today pretty much about is how to have unlimited energy, because let me tell you firsthand, I'm 100% natty, basically living off of eggs, butter, coffees, modafinils, nicotine, and it's going well for me so far. I've gotten to where I am today, not because of those substances, but because of my mission. So what I mean by that is, if you don't have a mission, if you're just aimlessly going through life, you'll have no type of energy or no type of foundation to build you up in terms of your energy levels. Like, what I mean is, like, let's just say I had no purpose, I had no reason for me being here, and I was just aimlessly doing what everyone else was doing. I would fall off and pretty much end up a failure very quickly, just because I don't have a reason for doing what I'm doing. So what you need to do if you're like low on energy, maybe you're sleepy all day, or maybe you just don't feel like doing anything, is ask yourself what your purpose is. Like, why you're even waking up in the first place. Like, are you just waking up just because you accidentally did, or like what's the main reason that's getting you out of bed? Because for a lot of people, especially people in my DMs, they text me all the time like, Ryan, how do you stay energized? How do you go about and do this, do that? Like, how are you traveling the world and barely getting any sleep? Well, it's because of the purpose I have deep inside of me that gets me up and gets the fire going right in the morning. And if I didn't have any purpose or mission in life, I would be exactly like you and be exactly how I was just over 2 years ago. And those times where you're basically just sleepy, unmotivated, depressed, and you just don't feel like doing shit, that's just because you're not doing enough and you don't have a big enough goal to get you out of bed. Because if you're sleeping very easily, you can barely get out of bed, it's because your dreams aren't big enough. They're very small and they needed a lot of improvement. So if you're not jumping out of bed in the morning, if you're not staying up late stressing about how you're actually going to achieve your dream, then you have the wrong dream. I don't mean that in harsh, right? I don't turn down, like, I don't look down on anyone else's dreams, because each and every person has their own individual dream. But if you just have the same exact dream that everyone else has and go down that destined path that's already laid out in front of you, then you'll never become anything great or get to experience what becoming your highest self is even like. Because each and every person, I mean, they have a laid out path that they already have, and that path may not be so great. Like for me, my laid out path was going to college, university, working a 9 to 5, and then dying. Maybe getting married, maybe not, because I was pretty much a loser back then. I was like the type to actually chase girls and kind of was down bad, but that's quite the opposite now. So basically, you just need to find a goal so high and so hard to achieve that when you do achieve it, only God can get the credit. Because if you find a goal that's super easy, like making 100 grand a year with a 9 to 5, or working at a gas station for 10 years to save up 10,000, or just something like super simple that everyone else can do, I mean, that's just not something to aim for. That's just like going down the path you're already going on. You need to find a path that's unknown to you, a path that's maybe a little bit risky, maybe a little bit out there, so that way you can grow as a man, as a person, and reach your highest frequency self. Because if you just keep going down the mediocre, known path that everyone else is going on, you're going to have the exact same life as everyone else. So if you want to have your dream life, or a life that no one else has, like if you're surrounded by people who are working the 9 to 5 in university, or maybe just living shitty lives, doing drugs, basically drinking alcohol all the time, then you're destined to have that exact same life as them. So you need to find out like what you need to do in order to separate yourself from that environment and from your friends and family, so that way you can go down your own path to find your own dream and to forge it and to build it and to create it for yourself and mold your reality in order to do so. So once you figure this out, once you find out what your goal is and you find out your why on why you actually want to achieve that goal, then you'll have the unlimited motivation, the unlimited like energy boost. When you usually would feel tired, you'd have that energy boost right by your side because you know why you're getting up in the morning, you know why you're staying up late at night. It's because your dream is so big that it needs that extra bit of energy in order to do it. And whenever you do, I mean, you still may feel sleepy, you still may feel unmotivated when you're going after this big dream of yours, and that's just because you're not doing enough to create that dream for yourself. Because that's exactly what happened to me pretty much like the first few weeks in Bangkok. Is I had a dream of making 10,000 a month online, but I was always sleepy, unmotivated, and that was because I wasn't doing enough and I was underworking instead of overworking. Because there's no such thing as burnout, there's no such thing as overworking. You can always do more. It's just figuring out your why. That depends on how much more you'll do. So basically, you need to find your why. You need to find your goal. And make sure that goal isn't just a mediocre goal that everyone else can accomplish. You need to set your standards so high that it'll almost be impossible to achieve. Now, of course, don't make it unrealistic, like you make 1 billion in 1 month. I mean, that's a little bit unrealistic. I mean, it can be done, but I mean, you need to start small first. But I mean, don't listen to me. Find out and listen to your own self and listen to what you want, because I want something for myself and you want something for yourself. So don't just copy what I say. Don't just copy what I do. I'm just kind of giving you some advice to find what you want, because if you never find out what you want and you just go through the entire life not ever knowing what you want, then you'll always be stuck building out someone else's dream, succumbing to the 9-to-5, and just settling for the mediocre life that's already laid out in front of you. So you can either, there's two paths that you can go down. You can go down the path of mediocrity that everyone else is going down. You're just gonna be the average guy, die an average guy, never have a story to tell your kids or grandkids. Or you can take the unknown path that only 0.001% of people that take. And this path is very unknown. It's risky. There's no guarantees. You could fail. And I mean, if you guys believe in failure, then you've already failed. Because personally, I'm 100% sure I've failed more times than you have even tried. So at least go down the path, just a few steps, just to see what it's like to actually branch out of your life right now, so that way you can actually see what's possible. And maybe you even end up building up your dream life that you always wanted. Maybe you've just been too scared to go after. So with that being said, guys, I do have to wake up in about 5 hours, so I will see you guys on the flip side. Hope you guys enjoy the very quick video. I'm about to go down 10 eggs because, as you guys know, 10 eggs a night equals test, and test equals success. So with that being said, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.